Shalom, shalom, Akim. Before I begin, I want to start off by giving all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Bakakwadash. All right, double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations unto the elect. All right, today's lesson is going to be based off this article you see here. Okay, pretty much, showing you that Esau is going towards a more digital and technology path. All right. So I'm gonna read this article. Okay. And I'll show you where this is gonna most likely lead to. Obviously it doesn't mean, that that the MOTB is next, but this is a step towards that MOTB, Hakim. So, it says the future of communication, bringing holographic presence to the masses. All right, this is by Spectrum News 1. Okay. It says, throughout his life, David Nussbaum has been obsessed with broadcasting growing up. Growing up, he and his friends would call their play-by-plays from his beloved Mets, pretending they were in the broadcast booth. Nussbaum took the passion with him into adulthood, eventually moving to Los Angeles and working in radio. He went on to create one of the first celebrity interview podcasts on Apple iTunes, where he eventually introduced uh, to the Earth world of holographic technology. All right, and to those who don't know what holographic technology is, it's pretty much where you the person is there, but he's not really there. It's like a digital version of them. All right, so they made a Michael Jackson holographic concert. Okay, I believe it was. Okay, so it goes to show you that Esau and his technology is growing. All right, Esau and his technology is growing. It says, at the time, oh, here it is, all praises. At the time, technology was being used to famously resurrect the dead. Holographic concerts were created featuring Tupac, Michael Jackson, and Whitney Houston. Right? I didn't even know that. I didn't know they made a Slack it. I didn't know they made a Tupac one. I knew about the Michael Jackson one. It says, I never really loved digital resurrection late legends to fathomlessly perform. Nussbaum said, I'm obsessed with connecting with people, communications. So I figured instead of bringing back the dead, what if I used holographs to connect the living? In the latest episode of LA Stories with Giselle Fernandez, Nussbaum takes his side. Slakia. Nussbaum takes us inside his hologram headquarters for his company Proto, operating out of a creative warehouse in Van Nuys. After years of planning and perfecting his hologram, he created the world's first and only holographic communications platform, which includes its own hardware, software, and app ecosystem. All right, real quick. This is the book of Salakia. This is the book of Second Corinthians, chapter 2 and verse 11. Least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay? So we understand that, you know, everybody else is gonna be everybody else is gonna be, overtaken with pretty much, joy of how fast and how convenient these holographic communications are gonna be. But we are not ignorant to where this is gonna lead to. Okay, we understand that Esau is moving into a more techno technologically advanced system. All right. Esau is definitely moving forward to a more technology advanced system, and we understand that this will lead ultimately, you know, to the MOTB. Okay, now this most likely will not automatically go to the MOTB. All right, there probably will be some type of fingerprint scan that that comes before that MOTB, which ultimately Esau is gonna take steps towards to. But this shows you that Esau is already going up the ladder with technology. All right, because if you have ever seen those shows, all right, them shows where they have a little wristwatch, okay, and they open the little watch, and there's a holographic version of the other person talking. You can see him, you can stand him, he's standing. All right, that's pretty much what I believe they're gonna try to aim for. All right, and that's a miracle in a sense. All right, because you had FaceTime, FaceTime this, that, and the third. Well, FaceTime is good. All right, but a holographic version of them would be just uh miles ahead. All right, miles ahead. Now, it's like I can now. What does the scripture say? All right, with the Salaki with the mark of the beast. Okay, real quick, Salakia. Come on now, real quick. This is the book of Revelation, it's chapter 13. And I'll start at verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the swoon by a sword and did live. Okay? So those miracle part, I want you to focus on the miracle parts. Okay? The mark of the beast is gonna be able to pull off miracles. All right? Miracles being healing the blind, all right, healing letting the paralyzed walk. All right, these are miracles. Okay, and Elon Musk is already, going forward with his plan, and Donald Trump, they both been, working together. All right, it's no coincidence that Elon Musk and Donald Trump are working so closely together. Okay, is it Elon Musk that's gonna be, bringing in that sea hip? Could be. It could be someone else. It could be another company. But we do know that we're not gonna be here for another 50 years. All right, we're not gonna be here for another, another lifetime. We're not gonna be here for the rest of our lives. Okay, this is what we're pushing forward for. All right, this is what we're pushing forward. This is why we have to get on fire because we understand that Esau is taking steps, you know, to to make that chip mandated. Okay, just like that, the vaccine. All right, the C-19 vaccine. He mandated that. Okay, if you didn't take that vaccine, you had teachers losing their jobs. Students couldn't go to school. All right. If you didn't take that, you was nothing, or you couldn't do nothing pretty much until ultimately they allowed people they allow people to, start getting jobs again, start going out again. Okay, but then it says right here, it says, verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause them as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he calleth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, that being the mark of the beast. Okay, a mark in the right hand and a mark in their forehead. Okay, meaning the C hip is going to be, is going to be inserted into you. Okay, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Okay, so at the time of the C19, or if you didn't take that vaccine, you wouldn't be allowed to do anything for a period of time. This time, you're not going to be allowed to do anything, period. They're not going to lift up this mandate for you. Okay, they're not going to lift up this mandate. Once that micro C hip comes around, you know, you're going to be persecuted. Jacob's trouble is going to hit. We're gonna know it's going to be the time of the end. Once these things start rolling, we're going to know it's the time of the end, man. Because we've been prophesying this time and time again. We've been saying the mark of the beast was coming. And once it finally do, call Lord Yahweh Shemi Haushai, man. We wanted to come to shut you guys up. All right, to shut you guys up, and so that the Lord can come back and give us our works. We don't want to be here for another 10 years, you know. But anyways, and like I said, all right, this holographic thing, it's not the MOTB. It's not even close. All right. Well, it is close, Slovakia. It is close, obviously, but in terms of, you know, in terms of it being next, it most likely won't be, but it is a step towards it. So, with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Shai. Shalom.